Mass Effect. Hey, PB, Joel, and Ryder from Mass Effect Andromeda. How are you? I just happen to be playing your game. Oh, I'm in your spot? Well, here, let me... No. Why do all my figures do that? Why can't you understand that you sit on shelves and not seats? That's my seat! The new movie's been out! Not you guys too! Really? You too, Flash? I just can't accept that, Flash. You gotta get off. What do you mean if I don't move, you'll move me? Whoa. Hey, PB, put that down. PB, please, don't. Hello folks, J-Foo here, and well, I found myself in a complicated relationship recently. Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. The game that gave us these faces. When I originally sat down to write this episode for this game, it was going to be a retroactive episode. But as I actually finished the game, I realized that my opinion was too complicated for a 5-minute long video. So, you get this episode of Nerd World Problems, my complicated relationship with Mass Effect Andromeda.
So, you've waited for such a long time for this game, ever since it was announced. And now it's out. You go home, you put the game in, and... If it isn't obvious, Mass Effect Andromeda is full of bugs and glitches. Honestly, it's what it's mostly famous for at this point. So you may be wondering, why am I reviewing it if I'm so aware of its flaws? Well, honestly, because I want to give this game a fair shot. So I want to start out with the good before I point out the bad. Gameplay. Mass Effect Andromeda, in my opinion, has some really great game mechanics. Your skill system allows you to basically choose whatever skill set you want. You invest skill points into various skills that suit your gameplay style. I choose to be more of a vanguard. I specialize in weapons and mostly close quarters and anti-movement biotics. For those not initiated, that means I like to use a lot of shotguns and psychic powers that do things like this! I can even deflect bullets using a psychic shield! But to show you how different you can play this game, my buddy Stormy plays completely different from how I do. He's more of a soldier and a tech. He uses mostly assault rifles and heavy explosives, after using hacking abilities to turn off the enemy shields, making killing them much easier. I would tell you more about the weapons and skills, but to enjoy this game, I feel it's important to learn what you like on your own, to really get a feel for things. But basically, you don't have to choose between 3 skills or 1 title. Your AI Sam helps you create loadouts for your skills called profiles, so you can load them amidst battle. So 1 second you're a Vanguard, the next you're a Sentinel. It allows you to adapt as the situation changes. This I rather enjoyed. The jump jet is a very neat addition of the combat in this game, and it makes maneuverability key when fighting, especially in large-scale battles. It allows you to dash forwards, backwards, sideways, diagonally, and into the air. This also allows you to move around the map with much more speed than previous Mass Effect games, and it makes prioritizing enemies or finding cover a much more manageable task. And depending on your profile, it can actually alter your dash, like using biotics to power forward or even teleport in small bursts. And speaking of cover, one neat passive feature in this game is being able to use most objects as cover from firefights. You just pull out your gun and walk up to wherever you want to take cover. You can even use your vehicle as a form of cover, making it a portable barricade between you and your enemies. You even get a car again. It's not that great, but hey, it does the job, right? Yeah, that's really it for the car, so... So, you may be asking, Jfoo, What's wrong with this game then? Well, I'll start off light. The story. It's not exactly bad, it's just a bit done. They just kind of throw in the whole aliens created a storyline, which is very similar to the movie Prometheus or even the anime Guyver. And the bad guys are fairly generic in ambition. But I did like how shrouded in mystery they were. And honestly, they have reasons for doing what they're doing, but is in no way justified in those reasons, which gets revealed later in the game. But on a positive note though, just the thought of pioneering out of our own galaxy into another sounds very adventurous to me. I think it would be an awe-striking moment to be the only people to actually see our own galaxy in its full scope from another galaxy. So overall, the story's pretty alright. Not amazing, but enjoyable in my opinion. So what is my gripe exactly? Why did people complain about this game? Honestly, it's the polish. There's a lot of small things that really pull you out of the moment in this game. The draw distance on objects like grass in the game is ridiculously low. I mean, look at how grass forms before me as I walk. A game developed by a AAA company has a worse draw distance than Minecraft. And it doesn't really get better from there. There are weird lighting issues, parts of the ship randomly not loading properly, entire levels not loading properly at first. And then this happened. See that? Ryder is behind the person talking for some reason. And when Ryder talks, all you can see is this brown cloth. Then these things happened. It's floating! That monster is floating. It's dead, by the way. I killed it. But it's just floating, chilling, just perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal. And this happened twice, by the way, in the same location, except for the first time, just no floating. And then there are these two screen grabs that I took of two shuttles completely clipping into each other on the same landing strip. And what's odd is that should have been caught. Someone eventually did see it though, because eventually it was updated to look like this now. And then this happened. Dear God! She's broken something! Someone call an ambulance! I think her spine's broken! There are a lot of things in this game that should have been looked at twice while it was being made, rather than just patched later. Case in point, Horizon Zero Dawn. Guerrilla Studios never made a third-person game like this before, but the game is almost perfect in every aspect. So how can they get a genre so right that they've never made before, but EA can't, even though they practically revolutionized this type of gameplay in the past with several other franchises? And before you type it, I know making games is hard. I went to college to learn how. It's a lot of trial and error and numbers, and it's boring. And I can tell you that the issues with this game are things that should have been caught early on. I mean, they had to have played the game to test anything they put into it. And they decided this was okay? Look, I know I'm being harsh, but it's again a part of the release it broken business model that a lot of game developers have taken nowadays, and it's really unfair to the players. Now with that all said, it sounds like this game is terrible, right? Well, no. At least not in my opinion. I mean, all the things I just listed are ridiculous for this generation of console, but honestly, when these weird things weren't happening, I found myself enjoying this game a lot. The occasional weird bug would happen, and then I'd save a video on my PS4 and just continue on my way. All these weird polish issues really had no effect on how the game functioned. They were just weird glitches. I mean, this monster looks alive, but it's still registered as dead, so I was able to finish the mission it was related to. So as a game, it's actually fully functional. It's just like the game occasionally has a seizure or something. Dear God, she's seizing again! Put her on her side so she doesn't choke! This video is called My Complicated Relationship with Mass Effect Andromeda because I can't bring myself to hate it. And honestly, the characters made me really love certain parts of this game. After I beat the game, I realized they're all misfits. None of them fit in where they were in the galaxy. Liam was a police officer who couldn't follow the rules. Cora was an outcast for being a biotic. Ventra and her sister were pretty much abandoned not only by her parents, but practically her entire race. Drac is an old Krogan who was looked down on for being old and useless after getting injured. Jaw wanted more in life than being a high-ranking officer in the Resistance. And Peebee just wanted adventure. And eventually, love. Peebee, my beautiful peanut butter sandwich. And if you can't tell, I romanced PB in this game. And honestly, it's because she's adorable. And the romance scenes in this game, oh boy, are they not safe for work. Oh, Jfoo! Jfoo, don't play it! No, Jfoo! Crap! Censor! Censor! Jfoo, you almost got us in trouble. But when I finished the game, I was honestly sad it was over. I mean, this ragtag group of misfits eventually became a big old family. And there's even a quest that started at the beginning of the game that spans to the very end of just trying to spend time with them and watch movies. And it's such a sweet scene, and they all just get to be together as a family.
So there you go, folks. My complicated relationship with Mass Effect Andromeda. It has its low points, it has its high points. But in my opinion, the high points overshadow the low points by a lot. And I was left wanting more. So with that being said, folks, I'll see you guys on the other side. And honestly, no matter what, when you play a game, for what it's worth, just have fun. Bye! Hello? I'm recording.
All Mass Effect plans have been suspended.
What? How could you do this to me? Wait, who is this?
Jerry?
You don't sound like my friend Just Jerry Games.
It doesn't matter. Did that news destroy you?
Well, I mean, I was slightly off-put by it, so no.
Bye.
Well, that was weird and out of place.